everyone. I feel like I've been gone for a while, but I was just so busy recently, and then on Sunday I got my lip waxed and the woman cut me somehow, and I really didn't want to film with a scab on my lip. Yes, I got my mustache waxed. Okay, that's just what happens when you have really dark hair and you're slightly fair skinned. But yeah, so I put Neosporin on it last night, and when I woke up this morning, it was gone. So here I am. Praise God. Let's get right into it. I don't know why. I don't have allergies, but for some reason, my nose will not stop running. Specifically, this nostril. Like, it just has a steady drip going on. So if it looks a little bit shiny, I'm sorry. I was looking around for new palettes that I could talk about because everybody loves a fresh, hot new palette for the season. And so I saw the Lorac Pro 3 palette and the Jeffree Star like Beauty Killer palette. And then I saw this and I thought to myself, I needs it. So here I am. I'm going to be talking about this today. This is my very first Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and it's their first permanent palette, meaning it's going to be around forever. So that's really exciting. I didn't want to talk about palettes that you guys can't get because it's just no fun if we all can't get some, right? The first thing I noticed about this palette are realgar and Love Letter. I was 100% sold when I saw those two colors because I knew they were just going to complement my skin tone. They were made for moi. And so I really feel like this palette is great for women of color. And that's one of the things that I'm going to be judging palettes on when I do videos for you guys, because I feel like my audience is mostly women of color, and so I want to let you guys know what palette is for you and which ones maybe might not be. But this one definitely is. I mean, it has 11 matte shades and 3 shimmer shades, and they're all pretty warm. I mean, some of these are kind of neutral, but for the most part they're very warm, and they're going to complement red and orange undertones very, very well. The next thing I'm judging this palette on is whether or not you can wear it like all year round, or if it's specifically for certain times of year. Now, if you just look at it, this sweetheart is perfect for the summertime. Absolutely perfect. I mean, these colors are just gorgeous. But it's also going to do really well in the fall. Cypress Umber and realgar are just going to be so gorgeous together in the fall. I know they are. I can feel Another thing that I feel like this palette should be judged on is whether or not it's good for beginners. And my short answer here is no. But here's why. Colors are mostly nudes and berry tones. And for the average young professional like myself, who works an 8-to-5 job in an office of mostly conservative people, you probably won't be wearing a whole lot of berry tones. In my humble opinion, most of these colors are just for your crease. You're not going to find a whole lot that you can put on your lid. In an everyday work setting, you could absolutely put Venetian red on your lid and just vamp it up for nighttime, but your job might not like that very much. They might feel a little bit threatened. Linda, who's like just an old hater, she's probably going to be the one asking, where are you going after this? A concert? That's not just for work, is it? Another reason why this palette isn't really great for beginners is because it's mostly matte shades. Matte colors might be harder to work with for someone who isn't super comfortable with eyeshadow. Next thing I want to talk about is this packaging. It's absolutely gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. I love lavender. I love the rose gold lettering on the bottom, and velour is like my favorite fabric. But you probably don't want to throw this in your purse if you have a very messy battle station / makeup station. It's probably gonna get super dirty because, I mean, it's velvet. Come on now. I'm used to tin palettes that are very durable. They're not going to get dirty, and they're going to look pretty for a very long time. This one, I don't know how long it's going to stay cute for. Hopefully I can treat it as delicately as possible, but who knows? It gets crazy in here sometimes. The next thing I'm judging this by is the cost. So this palette has 14 shades, and it's 0.7 grams per pan, and it's 42 whole American dollars. I think once you break that down, that's like $3 a color. And honestly, I can live with that. I can sleep easy knowing that I haven't gone absolutely crazy buying makeup that I'm probably not going to get my money's worth out of, but I just had to have it because it's makeup and duh. One thing I did notice though is that the packaging says you should throw this away 6 months after you open it. Who does that? Honestly. I don't think it's going to get that dirty. I'm okay with whatever bacteria grows in here. I'm not going to throw this away because I know for a fact that I'm not going to use all of these colors entirely in 6 months. Do with that what you will. So do you guys want to see some swatches? I know I do. I swatched these shades off camera, but I was really impressed with how pigmented they are without even having to use a primer. The colors showed up really, really well. Are y'all interested to see how I got this look right here? Then keep watching because the tutorial is up next. I'm using my Milani eyeshadow primer to prime my eyes and just making sure that the primer goes exactly where I'm going to want the eyeshadow to go. I always use a brush for this because I want to make sure that I have a nice even coverage so that my eyeshadow doesn't clump up in one space, but you can use whatever you think works best for you. So right now I'm taking burnt orange on my brow bone and I'm just making windshield wiper-like motions so that it spreads evenly and it's not too pigmented in one space over another. Another thing I want you guys to know about this palette is that the colors are very, very powdery. It's like as soon as you stick your brush in the pan, you're picking up a product. Like I'm used to swirling my brush in the pan a little bit, dipping it in there a couple of times, but with these colors, you just have to tap it and then you have enough product to achieve the look that you want. I'm going in with realgar on my crease to add a nice toasted orangey color. I really did not realize how much I needed this color in my life until I saw it. It kind of reminds me of Nuts About You from the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette, but they're slightly different. So now I'm going in with Love Letter on my lid and I'm basically just wiping my eyeball with this color. I basically don't want my brush to go anywhere with this color that is not touching my eyeball, if that makes sense. But basically I'm keeping it on my lid. I'm going back in to make sure that that lid is covered in Love Letter. I really don't want any sparse parts on my eyelid. And now I am taking realgar back onto my crease and making sure that it's blended really nicely. So I accidentally went out of frame while I was doing this, but basically I'm lining my lower lash with realgar again. So now that I'm finished with my eyeshadow, I'm using my NYX gel liner and smudger to create my favorite winged liner look. I really was thinking about not using winged liner for this because I really feel like it can stand alone without the liner, but you guys know that I'm just obsessed with winged liner, so I had to do it. But let me know in the comments if you want to see me do this without a winged liner. I would love to know what you guys think. Sometimes I really struggle with those eyelash extensions when I'm doing my winged liner, but I just have to make it work. So now I'm finishing up this look with one of my favorite Colourpop liquid lipsticks in the color Scrooge. It's a very pretty raspberry color, and I just feel like it goes well with this eyeshadow. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Maybe even share with a friend, because that would be absolutely awesome. Please subscribe if you have not done so already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Of course I got some eyeshadow on this one. I'm freaking making a tutorial. God damn it. It's already dirty. Oh, you get eliminated. What it mean? I'll take it to relax. What it I'm gonna get some making. I just might. I see it, I want it.